What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I wasn't planning on doing this video, but I'm putting a lot of thought into this over the last few days, and then after today I actually went out to Walmart and I was disgusted. I've seen the news stories, I've been hearing it on the radio how people are just going crazy with their stockpiling and basically buying out the supplies at the stores. Now, I'm up here in Western Canada, so a lot of our news we get from the States, and that's something that I would kind of expect with their population. Now, we have a much smaller population up here in Canada, and my town actually has a considerable smaller population than most places in the area here of Greater Vancouver. So what's bothering me is I went to the Walmart here. I wasn't going to get toilet paper. I wasn't going to do any grocery shopping. My wife took care of that earlier in the week, and we didn't go crazy. She bought an extra thing of toilet paper. She bought a couple loaves of bread, a couple jugs of milk. Just a little bit extra of everything, just in case we have to be quarantined for a couple weeks. We're good. We've got some frozen foods. We don't have to leave the house, which is great. But what I was seeing there was absolutely disgusting. So we've seen the Costco's. We've seen, Costco's probably been the major one that people have been posting about, and that's true here in Canada too. We've had some crazy Costco videos out there, but this one was, to me, this is reality now. I hadn't been in that environment. I haven't been into a store since this all started becoming mass panic, let's say. So today I went for some vacuum bags. We needed some vacuum bags for the central vac. Not a big deal. I actually went into Walmart. It was dead. I took a look. No bread. No milk. No toilet paper. No paper towel. None of that stuff. And I was like, what the heck? Like, serious? So I just kind of cruised around and went and checked out, some of the stuff, hunting section, the things I go, and I always go through the tool aisle, even though I never buy tools from there. And I came across an item, and I thought it was kind of funny at the time, but there is toilet paper, by the way, at Walmart, so I'll show you what I picked up, and then I want to continue this conversation. So I found this, and I thought it was kind of like a gag kind of thing, and like a lot of people, it's a joke. And there is a lot of joking going on, which, you know what, I'm not really, I'm kind of starting to take this pretty serious now. Anyways, we got the poo plunger here. It was on clearance. Comes with the toilet paper, with the plunger, $9. It was like $8 off the regular price. And I thought, you know what? This is the reality here. There were, I don't know, about 20 of these there. They're kind of in the tool aisle. And I'm sure these would have been gone too if people knew about them, if they knew to go look there. It just caught my eye and I grabbed one just for kind of the gag of it. But in all seriousness, if people were to buy this, and what I've been seeing on like Marketplace and other selling sites like Craigslist, Kijiji, people are selling these toilet paper rolls, like a toilet paper roll for like $10 a roll, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the problem I have with that is not everybody, but a lot of these people who are doing this big bulk buys, they're only doing it for their own profit, and that is not right. We have to think that there are people out there. I'm fortunate. If I need to go buy something, I'll go buy it. There's a fair amount of people who don't have that luxury, like I do, where they've got to wait till next paycheck to be able to go afford that jug of milk or that loaf of bread, and for it not to be there when they're able to buy it, that's a problem. And that puts people in a pretty difficult situation, in my opinion. And I started thinking about that today after seeing the shelves there. They may not have the credit to have a credit card and be able to pay it off later. They get paid, cash your check, go get your groceries you need. They have families. Think about it for a sec. That's getting pretty serious now, especially when the supplies are not there. And to have to possibly buy it as a second sale from somebody who's selling it online for like 10 times, 20 times the price, not too good. So I've been following this coronavirus or COVID-19, and I'm just on my phone here right now. And this is from a Canadian perspective. My opinion right now is I think there's several countries in the world who are actually taking this very seriously. I'm not going to speak about the countries that are doing poorly, but Canada. I don't think Canada is taking this serious enough. Every day we get a warning or we get an update, let's say, on how many people have contracted the virus, whether it's in my province here in British Columbia or other provinces within Canada. But what they're doing, say for the local population here, they're not telling us where they are. They're telling us the general area, which is a vast area. I don't like that. If somebody has coronavirus in my city, I want to know about it, and they're not giving us that luxury. And that I don't agree with. And another thing, I really think they need to step it up a bit. We have the ability to basically shut the border down between us and the United States, stop all incoming, outgoing flights, like basically lock down the country. How long are they going to lock it down for if they do it? Well, everybody's looking like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then reassess. I'm fine with that. Lock it down. Let's stop the spread. There's still a lot of people traveling, and you know what? We've got to contain it and not let it get any worse than it already is, and that's just my opinion. But I feel like we should lock everything down. I had a trip planned. The kids are on spring break right now. We were supposed to leave yesterday. We were going to drive from here in British Columbia all the way down to Southern California, Disneyland, Vegas, Reno, San Francisco. We were going to do a little road trip with the family. We had to postpone that. We're not canceling it. This is something that is definitely we're gonna beat. It's just how long is it going to take. So we've postponed it. We're going to try to again later in the summer, which I think will be fine. But for right now, it wasn't smart. I have a family of 5. I can't take the chance of one of my kids or my wife getting sick and then us being put in quarantine as a family. I won't do it. So we didn't take that risk. We're just gonna. The wife and the kids are gonna lay low in the house. I'm gonna go to work as usual, and we're just going to do our best to keep our distance from people and just to stay clean, wash hands, all that stuff. So one thing I wanted to look at here is I'm on the Johns Hopkins University website, and they have an awesome map and awesome kind of like information about the coronavirus. So right now, and this is pretty much as up to date as it gets, 167,457 people have contracted this disease. We've had 6,454 deaths worldwide, and 76,851 people have recovered. So what I'm going to look at here is we're going to go to the active map they have here, and I'm just zooming in. I'm not going to even do a screenshot of this. Go to the Johns Hopkins University, just type in Google Johns Hopkins Corona map, and that's how I found it. So I'm going up to my province here, and right now we have 73 confirmed infections, or 73 people have contracted the virus here. We've had 1 death in my province, 4 people have recovered, and we have 68 people who are still battling this virus right now. But what concerns me, and that's just here, we have every province has at least 1 case. But what we do is how do I explain it? We border the United States here, all of Canada. I'm directly above Washington State. From where I live here, I'm about 25 minutes from the United States border. And if I click on Washington right here, and Washington, I believe, has been the hotspot for this virus, which concerns me because you can come and go through that border as you please. As long as the border security or border guards don't have any reason to stop you from entering, you can come and go. So now I'm looking at Washington's total cases. There's been 643 cases in Washington and 40 deaths, 40, and 1 person has recovered. And there's still 602 that are still existing. So those numbers actually don't add up, but the 40 deaths, that is very concerning to me. That's 40 people who have died just south of where I live, and there are a lot of people coming and going every day through that border, whether they're coming from Canada to the States and back, or we got the people from the States coming up to Canada. It's concerning. Now, as a whole, I don't think our country is doing enough. Now, there are certain cities who are starting to be proactive on this, closing rec centers, closing libraries. All the kids are on spring break right now in this province, and we expect them to actually get an extended spring break. Ontario, other side of the country, they've already said they're going to go an additional 2 weeks, so they're going to get 1 month off. That's great. And what we have here in British Columbia, no gatherings over 250 people. That's great, but I think it's just the travel thing. I think allowing, and nothing against people coming to visit, but now's not the time to travel, and now's not the time for us to go visit other places. It's time right now. We've got a problem here that, as a as a nation, as the entire world, we've got to deal with this as a whole and defeat this, and then go back to living our normal lives. We're not going to be like this forever. It might only be a month, 2 months, 3 months. It is what it is, but we've got to start thinking now. There are a lot of recommendations by our country, by our federal government, that we advise you not to travel, but we're not going to enforce it. That's what I don't like. I think they've got to be more proactive right now before it gets any worse, so we don't have all these community spreads and community transmissions of the virus, I guess you could say. And that's just my opinion on it, an opinion from somebody up north who's actually looking at the rest of the world, who there's much worse places. Obviously China, Italy, I believe Spain is having some issues. Washington, I believe on the other side of the country, Florida there is also, and New York, I think, is looking like they have a considerable amount of cases. And I don't want to be in that kind of situation where it's out of control, and that's why I think the government of Canada is not doing enough to kind of put us in a position where we're going to be in a good spot where we can control this now. I think they're waiting, and then once it gets a little bit worse, then they're going to start implementing new rules for the time being. Anyways, guys, that's just my opinion on it. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this video. We're gonna cut to the video I took at Walmart just for the hell of it, and I didn't take any video of the empty shelves. I just took the video of, walking up and finding this the poo plunger there with the toilet paper, and I thought kind of a gag thing, kind of a gimmick. But in all seriousness, if some of these people who are going to the extreme knew that this was there, I'm sure it wouldn't have been there. They would have been cleared out as well. So, anyways, guys, that's just my opinion on things. Like I said, I wasn't planning on doing this video. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to use my my YouTube for something a little bit different here, just to speak my mind on this. Let me know your thoughts, whether you agree or not. Most of my subscribers are outside of Canada. I've got subscribers in the Philippines, United States, Indonesia, all over the world. Let's hear what you guys have to think. Would love to get some different perspectives on this. But anyways, we'll leave it at that, guys. We'll talk to you later. See ya. What's going on, guys? We're in the Walmart here, up here in Canada. There's no toilet paper left in the store. I've been not looking for it, but I went and checked just because of all the chaos. And I'm going to show you a little treasure here I found. Boom. Right there, guys. On clearance. Save $7.98. $9 each. We get a plunger and toilet paper. What was this called? We get a roll of toilet paper and a free plunger. So I've been instructed by the wife. We're gonna pick this up. Toilet paper on there. Plenty of toilet paper at the Walmart here up in Canada. Just a little hack there for you guys. Boom.